So, good afternoon. Another disappointment on an away trip. The positives from though, we have got some positives. There was positives today. We didn't concede. Yeah. When was the last time we didn't concede a goal in the league? I can't remember. Probably Bournemouth in October. So yeah, we didn't concede a goal. Defensively, I thought we looked all right against a team that were very physical today. You'd expect nothing less from a Duncan Ferguson team. They were always going to be up for the fight. Otherwise, they'd end up in a fight in the dressing room with Big Duncan himself. So it weren't the greatest game to watch. It'll probably go down as one of the worst games I've watched for a long, long time, probably all season so far. But we didn't lose. We didn't concede a goal, and yeah, I think that there were some good performances out there. There were some shocking ones, and we're going to get onto them as well. Lee, trust me, you are so negative. Though we drew, try to be positive for once. Well, bruv, what am I doing? If you don't like what I say, leave my stream. Did I ask you to click on it? Don't like what I say, leave. And that goes for anyone. Don't like what I'm saying, leave my chat room. I genuinely couldn't care. So, au revoir, adios, amigos. But yeah, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, there was some good performances out there, which is what I was saying, because I can be positive even though we didn't win the game. I thought Callum Chambers was superb today. I thought David Luiz played well. Martinelli covered the ground. He ran around like we know he's going to. We know he's got the work rate. I just don't think today was quite his game. I don't think he was that good today. As soon as he took that knock in the first 20 minutes, he looked so off the pace after that. But I think that Granit Xhaka played all right today. I think Lucas Torreira played all right today. I'd say that they were the standout ones. Him, Chambers, Luiz, Torreira, and Xhaka. That four in that centre of the pitch from defence and midfield. I think the rest of them were pretty bang average, if I'm honest. I don't think it was a great performance from them. But yeah, we're going to get into the player ratings. Let me just kick this clown out. There you go. You've had your 30 seconds of fame. Bye-bye. But let's go on to some player ratings. I've written these down. Obviously, I've done some player ratings with Chig. I always do the defence and the man of the match. Well, man of the match for me was Callum Chambers, so I didn't go much further than that. But I'm going to go with Leno in goal. Didn't have to make a save all game. Didn't make a single save all game. So it's hard to rate a goalkeeper when they've not had anything to do. I thought today that his kicking was a lot better than it has been. I think that he was finding players a lot quicker. He was more decisive with the ball. He wasn't divvying on it. When the players were, I think it was Calvert-Lewin and Tosun were pressing him, he was very calm as well. Sometimes he's rushed it recently. But today I thought he'd done all right. But like I said, he didn't have any saves to make. So I'm just going to give him a 5. He kept a clean sheet. Again, that wasn't necessarily down to him because he never made a save. That was down to the defence in front of him. Maitland-Niles, we'll move on to him. I'm going to give him a 6. Do an LFC watch along. I'm going to chill, bruv. I've done 4 videos today, man. Plus Chig stream as well. So I'm going to chill today, bruv. But Maitland-Niles, I'm going to give a 6. I thought that offensively he was very poor. But defensively, I thought he got better the longer the game went on. And that was one of his better games for Arsenal in the last couple of months, maybe even the last 12 months. I think that was one of his better performances defensively. Not so much offensively, because like I said, he offered nothing. But defensively, I thought he was pretty good. So I'm going to give him a 6. Let's move on to Bukayo Saka. I'm going to give him a 6 as well. Again, didn't offer a great deal up top. Defensively, for somebody who's not necessarily a left back, I thought he'd done very well. I thought that he handled their players pretty decent. You know, he was up against Richarlison at one point when they switched sides, and he was up against Iwobi to start off with. They all obviously switched sides. They kept interlinking and switching. Richarlison started against Maitland-Niles and vice versa. Obviously, Iwobi went off pretty early. But I didn't sit there and think, oh, my God, we're so bang under pressure down Saka's side. So, again, I thought a 6. I think he was above average, the same as Maitland-Niles. The centre-backs, I thought, were decent today. They marshalled Calvert-Lewin and Tosun very, very well. To limit them to 0 shots on target was not easy, especially after they've come off of the back of beating Chelsea and drawing at Old Trafford against United. I think that's a decent result for the centre-back pairing. Callum Chambers, I'm going to give him man of the match. I'm going to give him an 8. And David Luiz, I'm going to give a 7. And let's move on to Lucas Torreira. One of his better performances again this season. He's been poor for about a year, since last December, really. Pretty poor. Today, I thought he played pretty well. I thought that he got stuck in. He was getting chopped out a few times. Like they were wiping him out. But he was looking like he's going back to the old Torreira, the Torreira that broke into the team in September last year and had 3 months playing fantastic. Today, I thought he got back to that. But at the same time, he's still got levels to go. And there's reports that say that he wants to leave, etc., etc. But listen, forget all that for today. Torreira's a 7 out of 10 for me. His partner next to him, Granit Xhaka, somebody who you guys know that I'm not a big fan of. You know that I don't really rate him. But since he's come back after the whole throwing the armband and cussing everyone, I actually think he's played pretty well in every game that he's been back. Obviously, it's the first game back after the concussion. I was surprised that he walked straight back into the team, because for me, he shouldn't even be at the club, let alone walking into the team. But today, I thought him and Torreira complemented each other very well. I think that they looked after each other today. That's how I'd put it. They looked after each other. Soon as Torreira was getting mobbed, Granit Xhaka's there. Soon as Xhaka's getting mobbed, Torreira's there. They played very well today. I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Xhaka. Let's move to Smith Rowe. That was quite possibly the worst performance I've ever seen Smith Rowe put in. And maybe he's not ready. Maybe he does need a loan. Maybe he does need to leave. So, yeah, I'm not going to get into him. He's only a boy. He's only, 19 years old. But he didn't look like he wanted to be there today. I think that was a bit too much for him. I think that was a game too far. So, yeah. I'm gonna give him a 1, sadly, but it is what it is. Let's move on to Martinelli. Like I said, his work rate, we know his work rate's ridiculous. And I know that, let me get rid of this idiot. And I know that he's always going to put that work rate in, because he's always trying to impress. And that's something that you get when you put youngsters in the team. They're not already at the top of the tree. They're right down here trying to make their way in the game. And I don't think he played well today. I don't think it was the greatest game he's played. He's had some fantastic games, Martinelli. So my expectations of him have gone right up. But at the same time, I think the kick on his ankle, I would imagine that would probably put him out for the Bournemouth game. I know he finished the game. I know he played, etc., etc. But I don't think he was fantastic. I'm going to give him a 4. That was probably the worst game, although his work rate was still there. He didn't really get on the ball a lot, and you can't just give somebody a higher mark just for having the work rate. You've got to give him the mark on the whole thing: the getting the ball, the tracking back, the work rate, going forward, having shots. He didn't do that today, Martinelli. And listen, he's allowed one bad game, isn't he? Let's be real. He's been fantastic since he's been here. So I'm going to give him a 4. Let's move on to the opposite side. Reece Nelson, Jesus Christ. Compared Reece Nelson to Jadon Sancho, and yeah, stratospheres apart. I thought he was shocking again. He's been shocking for a long, long time now. I'm going to give him a 1. I'm going to give him a 1. I thought that, and by the way, he wasn't the worst player on the pitch for me. I'm coming to that in a minute. But Reece Nelson, Smith Rowe, listen, they're only young, but Reece Nelson has had a lot more game time than Smith Rowe, and I'd expect him to grab that opportunity and say, right, this shirt is mine now. Samuel says he's overrated. Well, listen, he is overrated. I said it a long time ago he should have gone out on loan, and I still believe he should go out on loan. Go out on loan for another year. He should have stayed in Germany, if we're being honest. But yeah, 1 out of 10. Now let's move on to the club captain. The club captain, Aubameyang. What did he do again today? Does he actually want to be here? Because for the last 2 games, he don't seem like he wants to be here. He's not even moving. He had a couple of weak efforts on goal. Other than that, what did he do? I don't know. I didn't see nothing. Martinelli covered more ground than he's probably covered in the last 2 games. So I don't understand what's going on with Aubameyang. The goals have dried up, and when the goals dry up, he offers nothing. I've said that for months. So yeah, today I can't even mark him. He was shocking. He was absolutely shocking. Club captain of Arsenal Football Club. Where was he today? Pulling out of tackles. Yes, actually, he did pull out of a tackle. I remember that. He did pull out of a tackle. I'm sorry. What's going on? He's not pressing. He's not putting himself about. I said when we played Man City, the two centre-backs for City were stood there. He's 10 foot in front of him. And every time they're passing between each other, he's just going side to side in the centre circle. Why aren't you engaging him and pressing him and trying to force a mistake? He didn't do that. He didn't do it again today. If you don't want to be here, bye. See ya. Let's move on to substitutes. Joe Willock nearly gave a penalty away. VAR checked that when it hit his hand. And yeah, VAR decided in the end it wasn't a penalty. I thought we got away with that. I know it took a little deflection on the way, but still, his arm's in an unnatural position for me. So it could have gone the other way. Thank God it didn't. Otherwise, we'd be sitting here on a 1-0 loss with their only shot on target. But I don't think he did a great deal after that. He tried to link the play, he tried to get up the pitch, but it just didn't happen for him. I'm going to give him a 2. Lacazette, I'm going to give him a 2 as well. I didn't really notice he did much when he came on. I know the midfield weren't supplying the balls up to Aubameyang and to Lacazette as quickly and fluently as we have in other games. But at the same time, Laka does come back and work. He did do that today. Don't get me wrong. He was winning headers, which Aubameyang didn't do. In fact, you know, I'm going to reevaluate that. I'm going to give him a 3. I'm going to give him a 3. Let's move on to Freddie Ljungberg. His last game as interim manager. It's not been a great period. I think it's 6 games in total. It's not been a great period. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just look at it and I think that there's bigger problems at this football club than Freddie could deal with. There's bigger problems at this football club than Unai Emery could deal with. And let's hope it's not bigger problems that Mikel Arteta can deal with. Because if it is, he'll be sacked as well within the next 12 months. I know Freddie didn't get sacked. Fair play. Credit him to step up and say that he wants to help the club out and he wants to do it. Props for that all day long. But at the same time, today he got his starting 11 wrong again. Why was Pepe on the bench? Why did it take him so long to bring Lacazette on? And then why did he bring him? Why didn't he bring Pepe on with him? I just don't understand why he picked that. I've seen people saying that, but maybe he done it to show Mikel Arteta that the squad's not all that. Well, I'd expect Mikel Arteta to know exactly what's going on with that squad before he even took the job. I'd expect him to know who the players are. I'd expect him to have watched Arsenal and studied Arsenal the whole time he's going through the interview process, not only this year, but from last year before Emery took over. I'd expect him to know because in his head, like he said in his interview, he wasn't quite ready. It wasn't supposed to happen last year, even though he was close. But this year it is happening and he is going to be the manager. So I would expect him to have known. So when people say that, yeah, Freddie put that team out deliberately, well, are we a toy then? Are we a toy? I think Freddie put that team out because he thought we could win the game with that team, which is exactly why Freddie's not the manager, because I don't think the job is ready for him. It's too big a job for Freddie. It was too big a job for Emery. And I believe it's going to be too big a job for Arteta. But I hope and pray it isn't. He talks a good game. Let's see if he can walk the good game. Freddie Ljungberg did say in his interview, anybody who's missed that, after the game, he said that Ozil had a foot injury. He said, and there's a few things going on there, is his words. He's got a foot injury and there's a few things going on there. But if he was fit, he wouldn't have picked him because of what he'd done walking off the pitch the other day and kicking the gloves, which I kind of like hearing from Freddie. I'm hoping and praying that that is the case with Arteta. It sounds like Arteta is going to be a bit more ruthless than the previous couple of managers we've had. But at the same time, these players take liberties. Again, like I said, Aubameyang, where has he been? Where has he actually been for the last couple of weeks? You know, like I said before, if he doesn't score a goal, he is anonymous. So people will blame it on the midfield not giving him the ball. We'll come back and get the ball. Martinelli does it. Pepe does it. Laka does it. So there we go. Freddie, for today, I'm going to give him a 4. I thought his starting 11 was pony. I thought his subs were too late. As an overall, for Freddie in the 6 games he's had, 5, bang average. Freddie the player, 9. What a player. But as a manager, I don't think it's quite cut out for him in the Premier League right now. But there we go. As for the fans, let me get on to the fans. The fans were singing songs about DT, AFTV. Imagine driving all the way to Liverpool, getting a train to Liverpool to go and sing about another football fan. Kind of embarrassing. And people think that AFTV is embarrassing. You need to have a look at yourselves, anyone who was singing that about Robbie, AFTV and DT. Yeah, disgusting behaviour. You could hear it on TV, apparently, people were telling me as well. So yeah, but that's just all sad. You go all the way there, you drive 4 hours, it's freezing cold, and you're supposed to be standing there singing songs to cheer your team on, and you're singing about other football fans. And then people want to say that I'm embarrassing or I'm toxic or I'm negative. Seriously, I'm lost for words. Yeah, zero. Anyway, let's read some of your comments and questions out for the next 5 minutes or so. And then I'm going to get myself out of here and I'm fully going to enjoy the rest of my evening. Robbie didn't get attacked, so why are you hyping that? Seriously, you chat some shit in my comments. You know that, bruv. Yeah, I might have to mute you before much longer. You don't have to chat some crap in my comments. Yeah, Robbie didn't get attacked. Robbie's absolutely fine, mate. And he's putting out videos as we speak, because I've just checked now. I suppose Abba might be tired from carrying us most of the season. Well, listen, I can't even argue with that. That was a good comment. Good comment. Oh dear, let me just mute this muppet. There's a lot of dickheads out tonight, isn't there? In fact, I'll hide him. You ain't even muted. You're out. Bye, mate. There's no warnings anymore. You're just gone. You man are bored. There will not be no 9 o'clock stream tonight. I've done 3 streams plus Chig stream plus a daily transfer video. I'm going to relax and enjoy the rest of my evening. So yeah, I will be back tomorrow, probably around midday with a daily transfer update, because I ain't even recording it tonight. I'll just do it in the morning when I get up. So yeah, no 9 o'clock stream tonight. Be ruthless. Yeah, exactly. I'm taking the Mikel Arteta stance. Anyone who don't like it, boom, you're gone. Why do people waste their time being idiots online? Do you know what it is, mate? It's because they're desperate to be noticed. Yeah, so every now and again, I'll notice them and give them a spray. Yeah, other than that, they're probably all virgins that live at mum's house and knock one out to Pornhub into a sock, mate. Never going to get a girlfriend. They're just hermits, pretty much. Get a few beers in your league. I am actually going to have a couple of Stellas tonight. I've got a nice little bottle of Morgan Spice rum across the way. Why were you not at the ground? Fake fan, mate. Bye. Thanks for coming. See ya. I don't even care if you were being sarcastic. Don't chat shit in my comments. Enjoy your evening. Thank you very much, Pete Blue. Appreciate that. Thank you. Do drive the likes up. 500 people watching this live. 502 now. 40 likes. Come on, let's get this to 100 and we'll go for half an hour. How's that? 12 more minutes. Are you going out? No, I'm going to stay in and watch Home Alone with my sister and my nephew. Arteta's hairline is on point. Hey, listen, Malcolm, his hairline might be on point, but there's no man out there can tell me that guy is not using Just for Men. 100% he is dyeing his hair. There's no way his hair is that dark. Look, this guy's already set up a fake account. Bruv, go and get a bird or a guy, whatever turns you on. Seriously. Go and do that. Why are you here? I hope the Cronky's back Arteta. Well, they've backed him enough to put him into the job, so you'd like to think so. But at the same time, I think Emery got back to a certain degree. They spent the money, but did they spend it on players Emery wanted, or did they spend it on players they wanted and told Emery to manage them players? Because if that is the case, are they going to do the same with Mikel Arteta? I fear for Arteta, trust me. Yeah, I fear for that guy. Let me just kick this clown out of my chat. Seriously, mate, you're spamming my comments constantly. Bye. Why are people so triggered by Lee's opinions? Ever since Arteta emerged, people have ganged up. Bruv, I don't even care that they're ganging up. They're still here watching it, mate. They're still on my Twitter. They're still talking about, listen, like I said to Chig earlier, people only talk about other people and have to troll other people online because nobody actually genuinely gives a toss what their footballing opinion is. Yeah, so then they get jealous because it's why aren't people asking me what their thoughts are? So then they hate on the people who are getting asked the questions. That's just society, man. People are always going to be jealous of other people. Yeah, like I said, people singing chants about DT and AFTV in a football ground. You've done 25 quid on a ticket. You've done maybe 100 quid on a train unless you've driven, and then you've done about that on fuel. You've done all your drink, all your food, and you've gone to the football ground to see your team, which is your release from your day-to-day work and your day-to-day life. That's your release to go with your powers to a football ground. And instead of backing your team, you stood there and sung songs about other football fans that are a couple of rows down. How fucking sad is your life? And then they've got the cheek to then go online and tell others that they're proper fans because they go to games, and that everyone else is toxic. Really? Seriously, man, some people need to evaluate their life because they've got so many demons going on. It is unbelievable. Arteta will need loads of money to get Arsenal back on track. I agree to a certain degree, John. I don't think this needs a massive amount of money. I just think that we need the investment in the right areas and get rid of the players that are on too much money that we can get a transfer fee for, like Granit Xhaka. Yeah. Maybe Mustafi, even if we get 15 million, take it. Excuse me. Big up from Jamaica. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. And then get rid of the likes of Kolasinac. You know, players like that. I reckon we could get rid of them. Let's say we got rid of Xhaka. Let's say we got rid of, I don't know, Mustafi. Let's say we got rid of Aubameyang, Laka. People will laugh at that, but let's say we get rid of all them players. That's nearly 190 million pounds, 150, 190, whatever it may be. You've lost 4 players. You've lost a midfielder. You've lost a centre back that don't play anyway, and you've lost 2 strikers. Cool. So you go and buy 1 striker. I don't know, Callum Wilson. Just throwing that out there for 50 million. You still got 100 million pounds to go and buy another midfielder and another striker or a centre back. So see what I'm saying? You could go and buy a centre back for 70 million quid. Let's say Upamecano. You've still got around 60, 70 million pounds. You could then stick Martinelli up front. If you don't want to put the new striker up front, you could switch the two. And then you've got 60 million quid to go and buy a proper central midfielder. I don't think it would take that much money to turn Arsenal around. I just think you have to have the right business acumen to be able to do it. And this club hasn't had that for a long, long time. So I don't know. But thank you to Chadwick Mo Fit, as always. Appreciate that, buddy, from the US. Arsenal fans are so effing embarrassing. USA Arsenal fan, and I went to the Emirates to watch Southampton game. People have unrealistic expectations. What Scum fans did to Robbie is a joke. Well, Robbie's made a bit of... I watched DT's video, fan cam, a minute ago, and Robbie was having a little bit of banter. It was like 10, 15 people that were doing it. But obviously 10, 15 people shouting the loudest always gets the most noise, doesn't it? And the most traction. So, listen, it was all handbags by the looks of it. But the fact that people are singing that crap in the ground about another football fan, they should be banned. They should genuinely be banned. Yeah, if you want to start slagging off other football fans in the ground and start making up songs and singing songs about people's mums and stuff like that, you should have your ticket revoked and you should be banned from every football ground in the stadium. You go there to support your team, not sing about another football fan. Yeah, you're taking that ticket away from somebody who would have gone there and supported the team today. Yeah, it's all really sad. And like I said, I put a tweet out there saying, look, it's all well and good blaming AFTV, but we've won 5 out of the last 18 games. Where was all this hype when Turkish set up a protest against the owner? Where was the hype then? I didn't see no hype. But AFTV, myself, DT, anybody else talking about us gets traction on Twitter. And that's all these sad little people care about, man. There's more to life than traction on Twitter. Like I said, I'm going to finish this stream in a minute. I'm going to go and put the TV on. I'm going to get the football scores. And then I'm going to sit and enjoy an evening. I'm going to have some nice dinner, some nice drinks with my sister and my nephew. I'm going to sit and watch a couple of films. These people will still be sitting online hating on everyone else. And it's like, you genuinely got to evaluate life, man. Seriously. We were solid for once, says Afsal. Evening, mate. We were solid. I thought we looked solid. People are saying that's down to Everton looking crap. I don't think it was. I think it was a bit of both, maybe. The game was dead, let's be real. But it was down to good defending, which then nullified them. You're a cool chap. Thank you, Iffy. Thank you, bruv. Have a nice Christmas. Thank you, Dante. I'll come to that strip club next year, yeah? Lee is brilliant. Thank you, Taib. Oh, look, this little clown, man. This is his fourth account, you know. He was giving it earlier. Bruv, you are actually clapped. Seriously, get a life. Right, let's do a few more minutes of this up until 30 minutes, and then I'm going. Love you. Thank you, Abamon. People who hate online are just sad. Exactly, because do you know what? This is the one thing I'll say, right? All them people that were singing them songs about DT and whatever, yeah? How comes not one of them went and slapped him? Why? They're right in front of him, or 10 yards behind him. Not one of them go and stick it on him. If you don't like somebody and you want to stand there and sing songs in the ground about somebody, why don't you have the bollocks to go and front them? Because it's all hype. It's all hype. Why didn't the guy who stood in front of Robbie slap Robbie? Why didn't he do that? Just stand in there, hype. Yeah, if anyone's going to do anything, shut the fuck up and do it. It's boring. It is genuinely boring. It's all hype for attention. If anyone's actually going to do something, shut the fuck up and do it. Because I'll tell you, Sam, the people that would shut up and do it, you wouldn't know they were coming. So all these that are giving it all that, you hear them coming before they get there because they're just hyping, which is why they'll never do anything. The people that will do something are the ones you'll never see coming. I think it's all rather sad. Like, it's a game of football. It's a game of football, and you're hyping over a YouTube channel. Like, get a life. Our fan base is a joke. Yes, it is, Jaden. It is. Love is stronger than hate. Come on, baby. For every one hater, there's 1,000 lovers on my streams, mate. So thank you, Sexual Vanilla Lee Gunner. Where will we finish this season? That's a good question, Anthony. I think we could be 12th by the end of today or by the end of the weekend. I think a result for us this season would be top 6. But you know what? It might do us a favour not getting in the Europa League. That might actually be a good thing, because then next season we've then got a whole season just to concentrate on league games. So yeah, it might be a good thing not getting Europa. Gareth, they don't upset me, mate. They inspire me, if I'm being honest, mate. The fact that I'm so important in their lives, they have to keep setting up fake accounts to come and talk to me, shows how well I'm actually doing. So thank you. I appreciate them. How many players would you sell in January? Pretty much all of them, if I'm honest. Pretty much all of them. If I could sell all of them, I'd sell all of them and keep Martinelli. I'd keep... I'm struggling. Martinelli, Leno. I'd keep Chambers for now. I think he's playing all right. I think he's actually done all right. And he's kind of spinning me. I'm not flipping and flopping. I don't think he's good enough for the long-term future. But for the rest of this season, I'd keep him. So Leno, Martinelli, Saka, Chambers, Guendouzi for now. Again, I don't think he's going to take us where we want to be. So maybe 5. Who else we got? Pepe, 6. Yeah, that's probably about it. I'm off, Lee. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thank you very much, Tony P. Merry Christmas to you and yours as well, buddy. People think it's only 20 people. It's thousands. What are you talking about? What are you chatting about? There was 15 people hyping outside a football ground, mate. What are you chatting about? Love a bit of LG and AFTV. Big up yourself, Jimbo. Always. Love, bruv. Take care. Thank you very much. Right, listen, I'm going to wrap this up in about 30 seconds. Do drive the likes up. 23 more would be nice. So I can get up to 100. I think Chambers will be a top-class centre-back, says Dante, in the next couple of years. You never know, man. No, listen, he was playing at right-back earlier in the season. And, Tierney, I forgot Tierney as well. Come on, that's wifey. How did I forget him? But yeah, he's playing very well at centre-back. Very, very well at centre-back. When are you back at the Emirates? I don't know, mate, to be honest with you. I genuinely don't know. I know when I'm going back to Spain. I don't know when I'm going back to the games, mate. I don't know. So, yeah. Blocky Balboa has been out in full force today because there's enough virgins on my streams today. But thank you to all the virgins, all the non-virgins, and everybody who's put into my streams today in terms of chat, in terms of likes, in terms of views. Because listen, love me or hate me, you still keep coming. Another one. Why you set that account up? Go get laid, bruv. Whether you love me or hate me, you still come and check my streams out. So listen, I'll always appreciate that, which is why I've had nearly 9 million views in 1 year and why we're nearly on 32,000 subs in 1 year. So thank you very much. I do always appreciate it. Today, the streams have been lit, even though it's the last Saturday before Christmas. I will be back tomorrow about midday with a daily transfer update. So thank you very much. All have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday, whatever it is you're doing, whether it's you setting up a fake account to go and troll somebody else now, or whether you're actually going to make the most of your evening and spend it with your loved ones in this Christmas period. So you all have a wonderful evening. I know I will. Laters, peeps.